This is tried out this game. It's not too bad. War with the Evil Power Master. Posting this on YouTube mostly because there isn't a real video about it. So the way it works is that this is the board. It's based on the book, but the board game is better because the book itself is silly. But if it's a board game, it's not as silly because with board games and video games, you don't expect there to be a really comprehensive, realistic, well thought out story where the characters take themselves seriously and stuff. You just expect a lot of nonsense. So you start out with this board. You got 9 planets, right? So you start out with Lacunian Congress. You go through the prologue. This is the prologue. And then you roll the die, 1 die, and the die will determine your position of where you're going to start. So you're starting in this, you get this 1 die, roll it, whatever. You roll a 3. So if you roll a 3, let's see, 3, and then you have to roll again for something else. Hold on. 3 and a 1. So if it was 3 and a 1, let me see, it's row and column. 3. So 3 is the second column, and 1 would be the top column. So it's actually silica. I went to silica. So you start out, so if you go to silica, this is the planet. So each of these represents planets. You got, actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. These are the planets that have their own stories. And then you got starter items, which you give to the 4 characters here. These are your 4 characters. Does that look familiar to you video gamers? Does that not look like Final Fantasy or Super Mario RPG or Earthbound? Or because I think that, what is that? Z-Man Games? Is that Z-Man Games? They made a Pandemic. Same people that made Pandemic. They could take the they could get the Final Fantasy license, and when the remake comes out on the PS4, they can make a board game version of the story version of Final Fantasy with, you know, Cloud, Tifa, that Rose Girl, and what's that black guy, Berserker? So you have these 4 characters. So everything is determined by the die. This 1 die is used to determine multiple paths and outcomes. And then you have data cards that represent different items that you can get. And this is the booklet. This is the whole thing. So you're looking at the EPM, which is the Evil Power Master's deadly deeds, whether it's murder, genocide, killing Jedi younglings, robbery, rape, pillaging, stealing old ladies' canes, taking candy from a baby. So all these things he's doing, it goes all the way up to 25. And then you have the signal tracker, which tracks the location of the Evil Power Master. That's this guy here. This is the cover for this. So this is the Evil Power Master. Shows you. So I don't want to show you all the cards exactly. Those right there are the that's the epilogue if you succeed. And then these are different showdowns. I'll show you one possible ending in which the robot with the Evil Power Master turns against the other 3. And so this is the you lose. So I'm only going to show you the bottom part of this card. But that's one of the possible outcomes when you're going, I think this was on Earth. So there's different paths, different possibilities. I think that if you can take the Final Fantasy license, if Square Enix doesn't mind, they can do something like that with Final Fantasy VII and make something out of that. So you'd have the world of Final Fantasy VII, and you'd have these different. So these numbers here represent the different tracking numbers, the value. So if you uncover each number after you explore a planet, this goes up. These represent these going up. So every time you're traveling to another planet, there's more evil deeds that the Evil Power Master does. So that's pretty much it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm going to try another game tonight. I'm thinking of probably getting Burgle Brothers or Super Burgle Brothers. This is all about storytelling. One of the things that Fallout does on its board game by Fantasy Flight. Board games to me incorporate toys like shooting Nerf guns, darts, launchers, marble mazes, puzzles, 3D puzzles, 2D puzzles. Um, just moving characters on the board, dice, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I think you try to incorporate as much as you can with action figures and Legos and cards, and I think that's what makes a board game. I try to when I collect board games, I collect it close to video games. I think like a video gamer first. I think Kaz from the Dice Odyssey understands this. Some people don't, but anyway, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I was gonna get Jaws, but I got this instead.